Hello, hello. Good morning. How are you? As you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here while I hit all the little buttons to get us live. There we go. All right. Get back over here. All right. Beautiful. One more. There we go. Make sure. All right. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? I'm super excited to be here. Let me get a sip of my coffee. I'm definitely a a coffee fiend. I have to have my coffee in the morning. How about you? Do you have to have your coffee? I know I went through a stage at one point where I decided to give up coffee and I just drank tea and that kind of thing. And I did great with it for a while. And then it was like I would smell the coffee beans, and and I thought, well, I'm just going to try it again. And now I'm back into being quite the coffee snob. All right. So good morning. Good morning. As you get here, make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning. Great to see you. I hope everything has better in your world from the last time that we had a conversation. I know you've had some issues with your house and different things. So I'm glad you're here. It must mean things are better. So glad to see you. Glad to see you. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into our affirmation. And, hold on, let's see. Finally, oh, I knew it. I knew she's here. It means things are better. Because I know when you got a lot of stuff going on, it's hard to make things like getting on this live and everything. And so I always appreciate when I see people showing up because I know um, there are so many things we are busy with that sometimes it's really difficult to get on some things. And if you're taking the time to be here, I definitely appreciate you. All right, so I'm going to jump into the affirmation. I am more capable than I believe. Well, I'm glad it's better, Carrie. I'm definitely glad it's better. Every day I step closer to the strongest, most empowered version of myself. I trust my journey and honor my growth. And I know, Carrie, you've been dealing with a lot of stuff. So when you're looking at this affirmation, how can you look at what you just went through and find the lesson in it? What did you need to learn from it? And because I feel like everything we go through, everything that happens, it's to teach us something or direct us in another path. And so what is the lesson? And we all have them, right? Whether it's in our a relationship that we're in, or whether it's just something that's happening in our environment, something happening with our kids or our neighborhood even, right? Patience. Okay. All right. I love that. I love that. And I'm sure it did take a lot of patience to get through all your stuff. And I'm not making light of it by any means, Carrie. And I don't want to say anything about it because that's your private thing. But um, I know it had to have been difficult. And faith, yes. And it probably made your faith a lot stronger too, right? And sometimes we go through hardships, we go through things to make our faith a little bit stronger, or maybe over a month. Wow. You know, um, I've had relationship challenges before. Well, I can't say it's not like I've only had one relationship challenge. I had relationship challenges. And each one of them was getting me a little bit closer to knowing inside what I really, really wanted, right? And I'm thinking of this because right now my friend Christine and I are facilitating a dating challenge. But the cool thing about this dating challenge, and we're getting close to the end of it. So I'm not trying to sell you anything or make you join or anything like that. But we're doing this a little bit different because Christine is married and she's been married a long time. And even she was saying that one of the things that she liked about going through this dating challenge, because we have dares that you do and things that help you kind of get in touch with yourself, but it also helps you to look at relationships differently so that you learn more communication. And because that's one of the places that most people fall short, is that it feels really good, but then this communication is not really, really there. And then so things start getting a little bit harder. And what actually, I've just I graduated from, or got my certification for health coaching, life coaching, my transformational coaching, my mastery, and all of those things through Health Coach Institute, which is there's some changes happening there because this company was sold and the people that I was originally there with, they're no longer part of it. And so we have an alumni group. And now this is a long story. I'm just apologize right up front. But we have an alumni group that is being disbanded because this is no longer that the company's different now, right? But a lot of us were wanting to get another group set up so that we could still communicate in there. And as we were joining into this new group, there was a gentleman in there that was reintroducing himself. And he works primarily with men, and he helps them to be able to communicate better. He helps them to understand that women's needs are not just for, I pay the bills or I can put the light bulb in for you. It's not that. It's so much more. And so he helps them to communicate better and to understand the relationships better. I mean, gold, right? And as soon as I saw that he was doing that, I immediately reached out to him and said, "Hey, I saw your post in this group, and I really would love to have you come in as a guest expert to help our group, because there are some men in there, and it's mostly women, I will say." But there are some men in there, and I thought this might be the perfect thing for them to be able to start into a relationship better. And women being able to see what he helps men with would be like getting a back seat or a back window of looking in to see what men struggle with, right? So he's actually coming into the group on Sunday to chat and give some information. So I'm super excited. And then I'm going to be doing a hypnosis session with everybody for the things that they've been talking about in the chats of what they're struggling with or what they're really wanting to do more. And so it's just amazing. And then getting back to what Christine was saying was that she wanted to make sure that she was there too. And we're facilitating this together because she said, even in a relationship, you got to keep the dating going. You've got to keep the communication flowing and learning about each other. And so it's been amazing as we've been going through this. So I'm single and I don't even really want to date right now, to be honest with you. But I still want to learn all the things. I want to be a better communicator, and I want to be more open to relationships when they show up, right? Now, I don't know why I got off on this whole tangent right there, but anyway, the thing is the power of I am statements is ultra powerful, right? You're taking ownership of it and you're saying to the world, to your subconscious, you're saying, this is me. And then your subconscious starts looking through your data banks and saying, okay, let me see evidence of that. And then let me look for evidence out here now. where can I support that? What can I bring in to support that? And so it's all about changing how you view yourself. And there's a lot of times we want to believe that we're very capable, and we have some limiting beliefs that as we start progressing and doing better, whether it's in our work or our relationships, whatever it is, as we start doing better, our belief system that says, hey, wait a minute, this is too good, this can't last, it starts putting us into the procrastination or self-sabotage. It starts doing things that we don't even on the conscious level start doing. But we cannot outperform, out relationship, out anything more so than who we believe we are inside. So if we think we're not capable of making $1 million, we'll never make $1 million. We might get close, but even if we hit $1 million, we would lose it. We would self-sabotage in some way. Things would start happening around us that would take the money. And that's an easier one to look at. But when it comes to relationships, we can find the most beautiful relationship. But if we deep down believe that we're not good at relationships, then we're going to start self-sabotaging that relationship because we've got to prove to ourselves, not consciously, but subconsciously, that we're not good at relationships. So it's going to start going to shit. I've been there, right? I used to believe that I couldn't communicate for nothing. And one of the things that was always prevalent in my world previously was that I hated conflict. I hated it with a passion. So what that really meant was I would let people walk over me because I didn't want the conflict. Or I would just not say things about what was going on for me until it got to a place where everything would explode. Right. And so it's recognizing that where you are in that and start going toward making things better. So back to our I am statement. I am more capable than I believe. And if that's a stretch, say I'm becoming more capable than I believe. Every day, I step closer to the strongest, most empowered version of myself. And your empowered version of yourself actually takes ownership of what's going on and says, it's not somebody over here that's causing a problem. It's in here. And how do I become the best version of me? I trust my journey and I honor my growth, right? And so let me get to the journal prompt real quick, and then I'm going to give you like a daily ritual that you can do to help to solidify this for you, right? So I think I may have got a little long, so I'm going to take this out. And let's see. Well, I'll have to fill it in. All right, so our journal prompt is, think of one situation recently where you surprised yourself with your strength and resilience. Carrie, you've got a good one there. All right. Maybe you did surprise yourself with your strength and your resilience because you came through, right? How did it feel to rise to the occasion? Because that's important. How did it feel to be able to, I've had many situations where I might have fallen apart for a second, or maybe more than a second, but found into the place of despair. Oh my God, woe's me. But then it's like, I don't stay there long and then I pop out, right? So how does it feel when, even though it might be upsetting when something happens and you react, that's okay, right? The beauty lies in getting to the place where that piece of what happens is smaller and smaller and smaller. So the time is shorter that you go there, right? So how does it feel to rise to the occasion when something comes up? What small action can you take today to continue embodying this capable, empowered version of yourself? Hello, hello. Hi, Lynn. I see you over on Instagram. Nice to see you. And I know you're at work, so. But I'm going to let you know really quick. I'm going to take you through these. I don't have a lot of time today. I got an early client. But one of the things that you can do, it's a daily ritual to embody your most capable self. So there are 3 things that you're going to do every day. And it doesn't take but just a minute. Some of them take just a little bit longer, but it's important. So you can take a note of what these are, and I'll see if I can remember to put it in the into the comments of the video. And so the first thing you'll do in the morning, and it'll only take you 2 or 3 minutes, is to stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes, and say out loud, "I am more capable than I believe. I am embodying my strongest self every single day." Then you're going to take 3 deep breaths. Do that 3 times. And then just imagine yourself just stepping into this empowered version of you. So in your mind, you will take and you'll envision, what does that empowered version of you look like? And if you've been reflecting on it, a time that you did this, then you have that in your mind. Just step into that in your imagination. So sometimes I'll tell my clients to envision that as a person standing in front of you, your a past self or a future self. And then you just kind of, it's almost like you're stepping into the photograph of you, the picture on the screen. Step into it. Stepping into the most empowered version of you. And then kind of midday, you'll pause and just take a minute, midday, just pause and ask yourself, how am I embodying my capable self today? How am I embodying my capable self today? And then you acknowledge any action, big or small, that reflects your growth. So for instance, if you were let's say you're in a relationship and you've been working on communication, and I'm really focused on that this morning because I've got Bob coming in on Sunday to talk. But if you're in this relationship and you're stepping into the empowered version of you in this relationship, then you're going to look at, how am I embodying my most capable self in this relationship today? So you would look at the action. So maybe in the during the day, you picked up the phone or you sent a text or something, or maybe you had a conversation, and the conversation you were in control of, and it was smooth and it felt good. So you decide and acknowledge even the smallest action. And that could be, when it comes to relationships, that could be that you don't immediately react to something somebody says. And you say, just give me a minute. That's a big action if you're a person that normally reacts, right? Take a step back. But if it's because it's your business that you're looking at, who you are in your business, then maybe the action that you took today was reaching out to a client that you haven't seen in a while, or posting something on social media, or even something as small as you wrote down a list of some of the things that you wanted to help people with, right? So it only takes a minute to just do a midday check-in. And then in the evening, this is the one that takes the longest, but it's the ultra powerful. You take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, and then you'll complete your journal prompt. So maybe you work on it a little bit this morning, today, whatever time it is where you're at. And then before you go to bed, you sit with that journal prompt and you write in it a little bit more. You complete it. Maybe there's some things that you want to celebrate through your day that you acknowledge, right? And then after writing, you place your hand over your heart and you say, I celebrate my progress. I am proud of who I am becoming. If you do, why don't you do that now? And I can't see you guys, but I hope you're doing this. Put your hand over your heart and say to yourself, or say it out loud, I celebrate my progress. I am proud of who I am becoming. Right? And just saying that to me makes my heart flutter just a little bit. So I hope that feels good to you too. Because small, consistent rituals create powerful transformations. You know, like we talk about it all the time. Small hinges swing big doors, right? It's the little things that you do every day that create exponential growth. So how does that feel to you? I see I've got some people watching. I appreciate you being here watching. I really do. And over on Instagram, I got some people over there as well. So thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. But join in, chime in if you want to share a little bit. How does that feel? Thinking about doing this ritual for your day. Do you think you could find a little bit of time in your day to do this? The 3 things? So there's the morning intention you're going to set for your day. There's the midday check-in where you're going to pause and ask yourself a powerful question. And then there's the evening reflection where you sit with the journal prompt. And we just did the put your hand on your heart. I celebrate my progress. I am proud of who I am becoming. Feels good. It feels good to celebrate your progress because most of the time we spend more time and attention toward the things that we didn't do, the things that we maybe wanted to do, said we would do, and we almost don't even pay attention to the amazing things that we did do. So I want you to, well, I would love it. I can't tell you what to do, but I would love it if you would take some time to think about this today. And like I said, after I get off here, I'll put this stuff in the group with this live. And, give me some feedback. What do you feel? If this is something that you really got a lot from, then I'll make sure I do more like this so that I can help you more. Because I want to make sure that my actions with you are actually helping, that you're taking what I'm putting out and it making a difference for you. And as a quick reminder, for anybody that hasn't noticed or, well, whatever. Anyway, I have a book that I wrote that's on Kindle now. It's called The Light Beyond the Map. And it's a fable about the entrepreneurial's journey. But it's a fable of life too. Just whether you're an entrepreneur or not, you'll be faced with something, and then you have decisions to make. And this is a fable of taking you through that process. And it's an amazing story. Right now, I'm working on getting in a printed version, but for now, it's on Kindle. And all you have to do is go into Amazon. You put in The Light Beyond the Map, and then it'll have my name, Vicki Poole, as the author, and you can purchase it right there. And one of the things that I'm giving and I was on TikTok yesterday, and I was talking, anybody that purchases that and sends me a message that you purchased it with like a little screenshot of either the book itself or your where you purchased, either one, I'm creating a journal that will go with it, and I'm going to send that to you for free. So I'm in the process of creating that. And so just let me know if you purchase the book or when you purchase the book. That's a more powerful way to say it. You definitely reach out and give me a screenshot of either the book or your purchase sheet so that I know that you purchased it, and then you'll get that for free. All right. So any questions? Has anybody got anything that they want to say about this? Because remember, it's the things we do consistently, even the little small things, that's where the power lies. I mean, we can do big things, but only do them occasionally, and we don't get near the movement in our life, our relationships, our work, our bodies, right? It's like going to the gym and working out really hard for a day and then don't do anything for a month and expect to be getting all the benefits of that workout. But you're better off doing a workout at the gym that's not quite so strenuous, and do it again and do it again and do it again. And then over time, that really, really changes things, right? So it's the same thing. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you being here. Let me check over here, make sure I don't have anything I need to answer. All right. So once again, thank you guys for being here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Sorry about that. Where am I on time? Okay. So let me go back to the affirmation. I'm just totally blowing it this morning. Make sure that you write out your affirmation. You put it on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, put it on a piece of paper, stick it to the fridge, put it somewhere that you see it today. If you're a person that's driving in the car, make sure your index cards are there. So on the visor, what I'll do sometimes is I'll have 2 index cards, one on the when the visor's up and one for when the visor's down. So it's a reminder of what my affirmation is. So the affirmation for today is, I am more capable than I believe. Every day I step closer to the strongest, most empowered version of myself. I trust my journey and honor my growth. And then back to our journal prompt. I can't believe I forgot this, right? But I remembered. So that's important. Think of one situation recently where you surprised yourself with your strength and resilience. How did it feel to rise to the occasion? What small action can you take today to continue embodying this capable, empowered version of yourself? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get your notebook out, your journal out, put the date, the affirmation, the journal prompt. You're going to say it out loud with emotion. And then you're going to set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes, and you're just going to tap into the silence, that space within, so that you can hear that intuition, that subconscious, the God voice. Whatever it is, you're going to be able to hear it because you're quieting the chatter of your mind. Because most of the time, our mind is spinning and talking and doing all kinds of things all the time, no matter what we're doing. And so we can't hear that intuitive, that gut hit, right? We can't hear it. So this allows you to have 10 to 15 minutes of just focusing on your breath, quieting the mind, which doesn't mean you're just nothing's there. It just means that you keep thinking and talking about your breath. Breathe in, breathe out, whatever it is that helps you. Because the thing is that you can't think 2 thoughts at the same time. So what will happen is you'll be thinking of your breath, breathe in, breathe out, and then suddenly you realize, well, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing later when I get this phone call. So then it's like, oh, bring it back to your breath. And one of the things that I do a lot of times to help me stay in that place is I'll start um, labeling the things that I hear. So, like right now, I can hear my ceiling fan. I can hear the hum of my computer. I can hear some chimes that I have going on downstairs. Sometimes I can hear a weed eater outside. So you just tap into listening to the things around you, which puts you into this grounded space of being in the now. And then you're able to hear that voice within. When your timer goes off, you pick up your pen, your pencil, and that's when you start your journaling. Because the things that will show up for you are different after you've done this process of quieting your mind than if you went with the chatter going. So you're going to be tapping into a little bit deeper thoughts and feelings than you would have otherwise. So it's very powerful. And I recommend you do that before your journal every single time. So like tonight, if you do these 3 steps, tonight when you get to your journal, you're going to take a moment in silence and just sit there, and you're going to read the journal prompt out loud. And then you're going to tap into the silence, because you don't have to be, it's not a mantra that you have to keep saying, but your subconscious mind knows exactly what it is because you just said it out loud. So as you're sitting in silence, it's thinking and it's working behind the scenes. And then when you get your pen out and you start writing, it's going to be much more powerful what comes up for you. And I suggest that you do that, take this today and do it every day. You got the 3 things to do in your day, and you're going to find that you're going to have much more movement in your life toward exactly the powerful you that you envision. All right. So you have an amazingly, what kind of day would that be? Empowered. How about that? Have an empowered day, and I will see you on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Mwah. Love you guys.